Good morning. There's a man trying to figure out how the road works. You're supposed to sit on that pad in your hand, not fan yourself with it.
I'm slipping away.
At 6 o'clock, we're making coffee in a location that is, of course, nowhere near where we camped last night, because camping like this would be completely illegal in England. So, yeah, we were way in the hills somewhere, in a bush.
With the horses.
Because that's what you do at 10 o'clock at night when the daylight starts fading. No, but seriously, we shouldn't be camping in a place like this, but, you know, that's why we got up extra early and packed up everything away, and, you know, we have left no trace, and I apologize to whoever might take offense at that, but we were running out of options in light last night, so we grabbed the first flat spot we could see, and that was right here. But yeah, coffee time. How are you feeling after yesterday's ordeal?
Stiff.
Oh, you look very small as well. Ooh. Just
all the weight I lost yesterday. No, the bow.
Yep, not doing anything. More gas.
It's Heidi. The water's just ahead. It says a mile and a half from the village. Feels like 3. That's the way we went last time. A lot of scrambling up hills, but we're being lazy today. Oh, it's just something different. We haven't done it this way.
Well, I must say this alternative path is actually prettier than I expected. Yeah, there was a bench. We partook of it. There's another bench. We won't partake of that because it's literally been 10 steps since the last one. But I got the impression from what I'd seen on other people's videos that it's mainly just walking through a woodland kind of thing. But yeah, no, you have nice views out onto the lake. Yeah. Pleasant enough. It is longer than the official route.
Does my bum look big in this?
Well, let the viewers decide. Damn, yeah, it fills the screen.
That's not nice.
Yeah, I got a little bit more scrambly now. The nice flat path is gone. And we're on rocks. Still not a way around the lake with a pram. Continue our theme of trying to do things differently. We are now going up to Black Sail Youth Hostel on the other side of the stream. We've never done this route. It's an alternative that's quite popular. You just follow the back up. Yeah, as I said, not on the forest road, but the forest road is actually closed for logging, so you can't do the high route over Red Pike and whatnot, which is a real shame because obviously after our performance on Dent yesterday, that would have been the challenge for us today. Not. This is what the high route would look like today. So even without the forest work you can hear, that would have been a pointless exercise. Good thing we're unfit and not tempted. Finally heading across to rejoin the other path. We're like a stone's throw away from the hostel. You can't see it, but it's just in the dip between that hill and the sort of tree thing behind it. In that dip is the hostel. There we are. Black Sail Youth Hostel. And them there are the hills we will be fogged in on in a minute. We're leaving Black Sail Youth Hostel after a quick, well, a longish coffee break. Unfortunately, the place is completely shut. I mean, including the toilets, which is very unfortunate. They just didn't open up for the season. I suppose it's impossible to have any kind of social distancing in a place like that. So we're about to start the monster climb out up to Honister Pass. The good news is that the clouds have lifted slightly. They were actually much further down before, so.
I think that when we come down here last time, we thought we had to go up there, but we go up there just on the see the stream coming down. Heidi's in the distance there.
This is where the proper climb starts. Just a matter of following this stream up till it disappears somewhere up there. It's a bit hard to see where the trail's supposed to be, but it is just a matter of climbing up the side of this back, so we're just going to do that until we see something obvious, and you'll get there. Made it to the gate at the top of the climb. Well, it's not quite at the top, but close enough. As you can see, visibility has reduced somewhat. You can just about make out Scous in the mist. Filming?
You can just see the cairn there. You can't see the cairn there, we just go down. That's why I like cairns, because you can guide you. I know it may alter the landscape, but it saves a lot of people's lives.
Places like this.
Yes, yeah.
Where there's no defined path.
Yeah.
Nearly reached the Slate Mine at Honister Pass now. Slate Mine and Museum. That building back there, I think is some sort of a bunkhouse or hostel as well. Obviously we're not staying there, but it's just nice to be off the hill. Left the clouds behind a bit. There's a lot there. And with them the drizzle. So we might get dry before we camp up tonight. That would be nice. There's some great little sculptures in this place. There's our friendly eagle. I can't really see him because I'm filming him from the wrong side. Let's get around the other side and see whether we get better light. Nah, it gets worse. One day we'll get here at a time when you can actually take a picture of this without it being just a silhouette against the sky. But yeah, they've made all these little sculptures around there. It's lovely. It's worth a little trip if you're in the area, even if you don't want to go into the museum or, you know, have a tour or whatever. Just have a wander around the car park and look at the statues and the sheep. They do a better class of woolly sheep in the lakes, that's for sure. Look at this one. And look at that one.
It looks like a dog.
It looks like a dog.
Might be a dog.
Maybe that's how they do the sheepdogs around here, so to put the herd on ease.
Where are we?
We're in Seatoller. Today was going so well. Then I decided to take a tumble. With my waterproofs.
Can't take it anywhere. Always break stuff.
Ripped my pants. Ripped my skin.
I'm a broken man because of her.
Broken man eating candleman cake.
Heidi thinks I'm mad. Yeah. Let's go over these chains. There we go. Grab the chains. Yeah. Nearly went. A beautiful little stream there. And we're nearly through. Let's see Heidi do it. I got confidence in her.
Another late one. We made it past Wainwright on our way up to, well, not yet up, but on our way to Grasmere, and just filtering some water. We were walking along the stream all this time, but there's been a stone wall right up until now, so this is the first time we've actually been able to access water, even though we've been walking right next to it. We've both developed a few sets of blisters, which is kind of not really too surprising, given that we haven't walked all year, and then suddenly we launch into this kind of nonsense.
We had a good day today.
Yeah, I mean, apart from my slip, it was actually quite successful.
Could you slip? I've got eyes in the back of my head.
Yeah, they have midges in the lakes.
What? Definitely got midges in the lakes.
Midges in the lakes, and they're bad. The sky is beautiful. Time to call it a night. Night! Day 2 saw us pick up from our emergency campsite and finally make it into Ennerdale Bridge in next to no time, and then out to the water's edge. Now the official coast to coast then follows this side of Ennerdale Water. We've done that the last time. It's nice. It's a bit rocky, it's a bit scrambly, and if it's been raining, it is not recommended because some of those little streams that come down get quite difficult to hop over. I mean, they're not wide or anything, but because the rocks are slippy anyway, it can get a bit tricky. So we just thought this time around we try this alternative path on the other side of Ennerdale Water, just because we've never tried it before, which is a lot easier for a long time. It starts to get a bit scrambly here as well, but it's quite a pleasant path we found, and it then rejoins the official coast to coast here at a bridge. Now, as it happens, at this very point there was then a forest work barrier, and we had to get over the bridge and take another alternative path that we hadn't planned on this side of the back, because the official trail, as you can see, goes up on the left side of the stream, and here's the turn off to the high route, which goes over a red pike and the haystack and high style, which we couldn't have done this time because we were too unfit, but you couldn't even get to there because they blocked off the road for the forest work, so we were on this side of the back. It's much of a muchness in terms of mileage and elevation, so there's not much in it. We crossed over the ford to get back to the correct path once we could, and then went to Black Sail Hut, which unfortunately was shut because of all the COVID regulations. They can't really comply with any of them. And then you climb up to Grey Knots and back down again to Honister Pass, and then begins the long way into Seatoller. Again, in theory, you could walk on the road. It's a windy road and it's not very wide, so you will be causing problems for the traffic, for the cars that don't have an alternative, so I'd recommend you stick to the path, even if, you know, sometimes it seems to take you out of the way. And in Seatoller, after a short rest, we then decided to carry on all the way to Wainwright. And then in Wainwright, you kind of almost fall back on yourself and you start walking back along that stream that had walls between the path and the stream all the way. You start walking back out past Stone's Wade here, and I think it was round about here we finally managed to get to water. And again, because it was so late, that's where we just decided to stay.